The Lighthouse Keeper's Promise. On the rugged coast of Maine, where waves crash against ancient rocks and the sea sings lullabies to the wind, stood a weathered old lighthouse. Its keeper, a quiet man named Elias, had tended it faithfully for over 30 years. Every night, rain or shine, he climbed the narrow stairs to light the beacon that guided sailors home. Yet, for all the lives he had helped save, he had never known love himself, until the summer of 1995. That was the year Lila arrived. She was an artist from New York, running from a life that no longer inspired her. She came seeking solitude but instead found the sea, the sky, and Elias. Their first meeting was simple. She was sketching the lighthouse from a distance, and he, ever the guardian of its secrets, came to investigate. He hadn't expected the gentle smile or the way her eyes lit up when she saw the tower. "I hope you don't mind," she said, holding up her sketchbook. He shook his head. "It's rare someone sees it the way you do." From that moment on, their days intertwined. Lila painted while Elias tended to the lighthouse, and in the evenings they shared stories over tea. She told him of the chaos of city life, of galleries and critics. He told her of storms weathered and ships returned. He spoke little, but when he did, she listened like the ocean listens to the moon. Summer turned to fall, and with each passing day, the lines on Elias' face seemed to soften. He began to laugh again, quietly, and Lila found a kind of peace she hadn't known before. One night, under a sky full of stars, Elias took her hand. "I never thought I'd find someone like you," he said. "And I never thought I'd stay," she replied, eyes glistening. They kissed, and it was like the tide finally reaching the shore it had been longing for. But seasons change, as they always do. Lila's gallery in New York called her back. Her work, now infused with the serenity of the sea and the quiet strength of Elias, was being celebrated. She promised to return, soon. Elias waited. 1 year passed. Then 2. Letters came, each filled with love, dreams, and apologies. But Lila never returned. Life, as it often does, got in the way. Still, Elias lit the lighthouse every night. And every morning, he looked to the horizon, hoping. 20 years later, a storm battered the coast. Fierce winds howled, and waves rose like giants. The lighthouse shook, but Elias stood tall, lighting the beacon as he always had. And through the storm, a figure emerged. Soaked, trembling, older, but unmistakably her. "Lila," he whispered, barely believing his eyes. She nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I'm sorry it took me so long. But I never forgot. I never stopped loving you." He wrapped her in his arms, and for the first time in 2 decades, the light inside Elias burned as brightly as the one atop the tower. Together, they watched the storm pass, knowing that no matter how many years had gone by, love, true love, Elwa. A love beyond words. Lena was a quiet girl who loved books more than anything. Every afternoon, she would sit under the big oak tree in the park and read for hours. One day, while reading her favorite novel, she noticed a boy sitting across from her, sketching something in his notebook. Day after day, they came to the same spot. Though they never spoke, they exchanged smiles. Lena was curious, but too shy to say anything. One rainy afternoon, the boy approached her with a folded piece of paper. He handed it to her and walked away, leaving her heart racing. She opened it and gasped. It was a sketch of her, reading under the tree, looking peaceful and happy. Below the sketch were the words. "I've been drawing you for weeks because you inspire me. I'd love to know your story." The next day, Lena brought a new book to the park, but this time, she sat beside him. And that's how their story began, with no words at first, just glances, sketches, and quiet moments. But sometimes, love speaks the loudest in silence.